week off, so the idea is to try and get as much of this room done as physically possible. So I've done my mum jobs for the day. I've taken child to school, I've taken Paul to work, I have sorted out the animals outside. So I have between now and picking up said child to try and get as much time as physically possible. So the jobs are for today is to get the sand into the tanks, get the tanks filled up, get some filters in there running, and start to heat the tanks ready for tomorrow to get the remainder of the fish that I have in this room, which are all behind you and Peewee, into the racking system as a temporary measure. That way then I can then dismantle the rest of the fish room and get the rest of the racks in. Paul is off work tomorrow and Friday and Saturday and Sunday, so I'm hoping by the end of this week we should at least have that wall completed, if nothing else. So I need to get as much done as possible today so I can stay on schedule. So let's get this done. As you can see, I've got little post-it notes on the tanks. That is just basically because, you know, to work out what fish are going where on a temporary basis. Yeah, so here is up. Let's get cracking. Let's start filling. Okay, top row done. Sand in, filters in, heat is in place properly, and water is in. Next row. Sponge filters now in these. I'm now waiting for them to fill up, and I will continue adding the filters into the rest of them. I'm using the sponge filters that I had in the racking systems that were here. So they are pre-cycled. They've been sitting in the Fancy Goldfish fry tank that Daz gave me. and they've also been sitting in Pee-wee's tank. So I know they're fine. I am going to, obviously, when I put the fish in, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the water parameters and everything else, but not done this. This is not my first time doing this, so we're all good. Let's continue. Okay, next one's done. Now it's to fill up the bottom row. The only one I'm not going to fill up is this little one right here, because I don't have a available sponge filter that I can just grab out easily at the moment without having to take away a filter from the fish that are in there. But that's fine, because that tank would sit empty anyway. So, hey ho, let's turn on and start filling. Disaster has occurred. My pump that I use to pump the water from my containers that I dechlorinate them in and then use to pump into here has broken on the last tank to fill just before I have to go and pick up my daughter from school. But it's okay. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to leave it. I do have a spare pump, but unfortunately, said spare pump has been packed away because I've had to take all my spare equipment out of the room in order to make room to do the fish room redo. So, wait a minute. I will tackle this when I get back from picking up said child, but for right now I'm going to drink my coffee and think about the best way to dispose of said pump, whether or not to burn the bugger or smash it into a million pieces. Oh, my cup, I might, look, cup of the day is my fancy goldfish cup, mug. I might even make that a thing. Would you like to see the mug of the day when I do my videos? Maybe. So, for now, I'm going to go and pick up, well, I'm going to drink this, I'm going to pick up my daughter from school, and then I'm going to get back, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to tackle this situation on the very last tank without going to try and find the new pump. So, to be continued. I'll be back. Okay, I've got back from picking up the child, and this is the way I'm going to fill this tank. It will be filled. It will get filled. Might take a while, but it will get filled. Success! Last tank filled. Okay, so that's the last tank filled up. And now I've got to clean up the floor because I spilled water. Not anything massive though. And then I'm going to leave them a few hours to acclimate to room temperature. And turn on the heaters, and hopefully by tomorrow, evening at the latest, they will be up to temp so I can move to fishing. So, see you then. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Hello. Okay, right. All the fish have been moved from here to there. Rack is down. We painted part of the wall. Let's go get the next rack in. The mug of the day is my beta fish mug, because that's now a thing. Okay, let's go. Oh, I just spilled. I spilled. Let's go. Okie dokie, this is how far we've got for today. It is now 11:30 at night, and I think enough is enough. So we've got the 2 store racks in, the beta rack is in, and my desk slash worktop area has been moved to the centre of the room, like an island, and the racks, or rack at the end. So it's just this wall left to do now, which is a mess. But first of all, I want to get the beta tanks, or the beta racking, working. So I want to get this shelf running and this shelf running, just so that I can put my males back in where they should be and out those horrible temporary containers. So that is tomorrow's job, as well as putting some lighting on. Yeah, and then get the rest of my breeding tanks up onto that shelf. And yeah, but for today, that will do. It will continue tomorrow. So for now, night. Okay, part way through the next day, we have the 2 shelves on the beta system up and running. And the axolotl rack is down, wall is painted. Let's get the last rack in. Okay, so this is where we're going to leave it for this video. It has been in total, I suppose, 3 days stretch. But obviously, you know, I have to stop, do things. You know, I have other animals to sort out. I have a child to deal with. I have a partner. So, but for now, this is where we're going to leave it. So we have the fish in their temporary tanks. Up there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. So let's just give you a quick overview of the rest of it. So obviously we got the door, got the final unit that came in today with my storage area, just waiting for that tank there to dry. That's going to be Pee-wee's tank while he grows out to be a little bit bigger, so he's going to grow out in here. I've got to paint these ready for the beta rack to be finished. I did put 6 on per shelf. I'm going to cut that down to 5, I think. per shelf, because I'm just not happy with squidging them in like that. It's a little bit tight to get the lids on and off, so I think I'm going to stick with 5 per shelf on that one. So, and I've got to get 2 more heat mats, and obviously it needs to get more bait fish, because that's the only sad part about the whole fish room redo, is some of the fish I had to rehome for the move, because I didn't feel like it was safe. I did keep hold of a small handful there, as you can see in there, but other than that, that's it. I think there's only like, yeah, 4 or 5 I kept hold of. Obviously, I kept hold of some of the females as well, but they're all in the sorority. I set up extra, not knowing whether or not I wanted just to put the girls back into their own individual totes, which I'm still debating with. I think I'm going to see how they go. Maybe upgrade them into a bigger tank than what they are now, because they are there in the middle. Yeah, so I might keep that as a sorority type of thing, and just put more objects in there, more line of sight blocks, and see how we go. But yeah, still, so we're over here. So I've done that. That is going to be, that beta system now is going to be probably one of the last things to be done in here. I want to paint that, and all the little tanks need a damn good clean. I need to water test them. I'm debating whether or not to change the biomedia in the bottom on the recirculating part. So, yeah, that's probably going to be one of the last jobs to do. And then, obviously, I've got the racking systems behind me, which at the moment are full of stuff. There's 2 tanks in down there. But that's just holding my cycled sponge filters at the moment. So, yeah, all is good. 2 more tanks waiting to go to places. Tanks down there. And then we have, I'll turn you around this way. This is my desk area. One seat one side, one seat the other, and that is going to be where that one lives. So yeah. But that's probably going to be the very last thing to be done, if I'm being honest with you, with the whole move. But yeah, so it's all exciting. I'm loving it. I'm well impressed. I have my own little space. That's been updated. It's definitely more workable. Yeah, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I've loved the whole process of doing it. It's got everyone involved, from cleaning tanks to helping paint to moving racks, and these racks are super heavy. But yeah, it's been great fun. Been absolute great fun. So, I'm going to love you and leave you now, and let's see where we go next. I'm thinking about doing a little series on the tanks as I'm doing them, so like 1 tank at a time, which will be where obviously, you know, I'm setting each tank up, because as I said, these are all in temporary tanks. So, yeah, if you're interested in that, then let me know. So, you know, like, obviously, you know, we've got to set Pee-wee's tank up. We've got the beta sorority possibly to set up. To get more cover into that and to move into a bigger tank. The Epistos, I'm going to leave the Epistos probably in that tank. But no, that needs to be sort of sorted out a little bit, but not anything too bad. So yeah, the guppy tanks need sorting. There's nowhere near enough surface cover in them at the moment. But you know, so yeah, and we've got lots of plans of new fish coming in as well. Once everything's obviously set up, got water and air and heating running in it. So stick with us, see what we do. If you've got any questions or video suggestions, drop me a comment below. Like I said, there will be some more videos coming of setting up the tanks and showing you what I'm doing and whatever else. But for now, the fish room is, I'd say, 80% there. We're 80% there, because obviously, you know, lots of tanks to move in still, but we can do that a little bit more gradually. So yeah, so love you and leave you. Bye.
Connection is disconnecting from the source within. There were parts of my core, senseless and frozen, wisdom hidden, locked up in my soul. Oh, now it's the time to realign, reconnecting my foundation, reunite.